Hi, I'm Wei Min Tan. I'm a Manhattan, New York property agent, and I focus on investors from all over the world who are buying Manhattan condominiums as an investment, and half the time it's to rent out as a means of diversification. So this presentation is about how to do that, basically. The opening slide here, these are some examples of our clients' apartments that have been rented out. The one on the left here has great dual exposures to the north and to the west. There's a lot of light coming in. This is a 2-bedroom. The one in the middle here was purchased brand new, and the furniture here is actually the tenant's furniture, and I remember telling him that his apartment looks like a showroom. Great, very neat tenant. The one on the right here is going to close very soon. It's a 3-bedroom with also dual exposures. This side faces south and this side faces west, and there's a lot of open space, so it has great views. Let's move on. Buying property in New York to rent out as an investment diversification strategy. So let me pull up all the points. The first point is that in Manhattan you get low yields. In a normal market, the yield is probably between 2.5% to 3%, and because of COVID, it went down to about 1.8%, and right now we are recovering back. It's still not to pre-COVID levels, but the point is that the yields in Manhattan are low. Why? It's because the prices are high. So investors buy here for the appreciation and for the price stability. It's not to maximize yields, because you can easily beat the 2 or 3% in most markets in the world. Number two, high rental demand. 75% of residents in Manhattan are renters. It's the opposite from the US. In the US, roughly about 65% are homeowners and the rest being renters, but in Manhattan it's the other way around. Why? It's because prices are so high here. So there's high rental demand. There's a lot of tenants who are looking to rent nice apartments. High rental demand. Number three, keep local demand factors in mind. That's important because especially for foreign buyers, usually people will know of Manhattan in terms of Times Square, Wall Street, maybe World Trade Center. So these are the tourist locations, and these are great locations, but it's not the determinant as to whether a property located in these locations are the best fit, right? So we have to look at what the locals are looking for, and yes, definitely locals may want to live in Times Square, Wall Street, and by the World Trade Center, but locals also may like a pre-war condo, for example. The exposure is very important, for example. So there are local factors because the renters are going to be locals. So one shouldn't be using the criteria that they may be using in, let's say, Singapore or Hong Kong. Something that's attractive there may not be what the market wants here in Manhattan. So anyway, number three, keep local demand factors in mind. Number four, tenant credit and screening. This is where after we buy the apartment, we list it for rent, and then we get tenant applicants. We would screen the tenants, review the financials, the credit score, and so forth. And number five, get an expert in this niche. Like in every industry, there are different niches, and get an expert because you want someone who has been doing this or focuses on this one particular area. In our case, this happens to be our niche, but definitely interview the brokers and speak to brokers, do the interviews, and then decide on one broker who is going to help you with this niche of buying as an investment to rent out. And this is a brief bio of myself. I focus on Manhattan condominiums. I'm an ex-City banker, managed a big business back then. I was at Citibank for about 10 years. Went to business school at Illinois. I live in Tribeca with my family, and I do a lot of hardcore workouts, mainly HIIT bootcamp style workouts and kickboxing. Thank you for watching.